Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. We are going to have the end of the month full gardening tour, and I thought I would bring you along. Before I start the tour, I want to give you an update on the cleanup from Hurricane Helene. This is one of the oak trees that fell, and as you can see, a lot of it has been cut up, and the logs that you see stacked, some of them have been used to refill my raised beds, and we still have a little bit more left to go. I have some future plans where I'm going to use the logs for another raised bed that I want to get, maybe two. We still have some cutting to do and trying to remove this root. If any of you have any suggestions on as to how to remove the root, leave me a message in the comment area. So here's the first bed that I'm going to show you. This bed was recently flipped. It had my wife's flowers in it, and I flipped it, adding more compost and soil and perlite in so that we could plant carrots in. I planted a insane amount of seeds, 4 different types of carrots, um, and hopefully we'll have a good germination rate. Carrots take anywhere from a week to 14 days to germinate. So I'm hoping we have some. The main purpose of planting so many was so that my grandkids can see how they grow and harvest them themselves. This is my U-shaped raised bed, and I'm going to add more fill to this in the form of logs and yard waste, soil, and compost. And I plan on using it in the upcoming spring's season as primarily my cucumber and tomato bed. Right now, we have some lima beans growing in it, or butter beans, and we have some green peppers growing on the right hand side. And hopefully, we can get this done and won't be too much of a problem, and it'll be ready by the spring. In this bed, we have 2 types of onions. We have 2 rows of white where my hand is. In the middle, we have garlic. And on the right, we have 2 rows of red Creole onions. I made a video of me putting these in, and that was maybe about 2 weeks ago when I made the video. They are doing well. The garlic has sprouted. I have been feeding them a onion fertilizer, which is high in nitrogen, and I will continue to do that until they start bulbing. In this bed, we have broccoli and cauliflower, and I believe a few collards, but um, everything is growing well. They have been getting a steady supply of nitrogen every Friday when I feed them. Um, I put down some mulch for moisture purposes to help keep the bed moist but not soaking wet, and they're doing good. This is another bed that has brassicas in it. It has mustards, collards, cauliflower, and I believe broccoli as well in this bed. The mustards are where my hand was. They're coming along well. Uh, in a previous video, you saw me plant these. I normally don't buy starts, but my local nursery was having a good sale. So my wife and I picked up a few things and I put them into um, this bed and a couple other beds. And overall, they're doing well. Just like the previous raised bed, they're getting a nice supply of nitrogen and shooting the nitrogen to them. They're growing and have no pest pressure, knock on wood, and hopefully I won't. I won't. It's been cool, so that's been helping as well. In this bed, we have four types of, I'm sorry, two different types of collards on the left side, and on the right side, we have two different types of cabbages, green and red. The collards are uh, Southern Georgia collards and Bates, Vates collards. And they're doing well. These were some of the starts that I was able to get from my local nursery. Um, I planted them the same day that I got them. Put a little fertilizer into their hole that they were in, along with some bone meal and some blood meal. And just like the other brassicas, you this is my bell pepper bed. I planted, I believe, 5 Hasinator bell peppers in this bed in spring. And for the past month and a half, they have been performing phenomenally. I'm torn whether or not I should remove them or just prune them up and let them overwinter. Right now, I'm kind of leaning toward letting them stay and overwinter. The base of these plants are very thick, very round. So I'm not really wanting to start all over with these since they're so established. Um, when I do harvest from them, I have your normal bell peppers, but I also get peppers that look like Cubanelles and Santa Fe peppers as well from the same plant. And that's because I believe they've been cross pollinated with my super hots that are nearby. In this bed, we have 2 rows of radishes. The first row are French breakfast radishes, and the second row are cherry bell radishes. We also have 2 speckled lettuces, and we have 2 red lettuces, and then we also have a row of green romaine lettuces. I also planted a row of purple turnips and a row of white turnips. Um, since this filming, the white turnips as well as the purple turnips have started to come up, and sometime soon I'm going to go ahead and thin them out and then let them continue to grow before I put some mulch around them. But overall, everything is doing well. I'm happy with their progress. In this bed, we have my heavy hitter okra. We have some parsley. We have a pepper plant, actually 2 pepper plants. Um, I have no plans to do anything else with this bed other than to add more soil to it so that I can have the soil level at a very acceptable height. Right now, it's not. In the spring, like I said, I really have no plans, drastic plans, as far as what I'm going to do with this bed. And if something changes, obviously, I will film it. But right now, I'm just happy with the bed as it is. This is pepper raw, and what you're actually looking at is a broccoli plant that I have here. and I had no other place to put it, so I planted it in pepper row. It's doing pretty good. We have all my other peppers in the back. The Texas Longhorn, some Scotch bonnets, some jalapenos, and some new ones that I put down. They're all doing well. Surprisingly, even though the temperature has been cool, they're doing well. My jalapeno pepper, however, the leaves are sagging, and I'm thinking that the weather, the coolness of the weather probably affected it. So at some point, I will probably move it into the um, outside greenhouse. But otherwise, the Scotch bonnets and everything else are doing well. This is one of my Scotch bonnet plants, and it was laden so much with peppers that I actually had to stake it so that it wouldn't fall over. This is an eggplant that I cut down to the soil line, and Mother Nature allowed it to grow back. And I have flowers that have opened up. It looks like there is something that's been nibbling on it, so I'll come out and spray it. But I'm not too inclined to spray all the other plants because I don't see anything attacking it. These are the new pepper plants that I put down. I believe this is a moringa, uh, two red moringas, and they're doing well. I pinched off the tops in them so that they could become bushy. This is my papaya plant that I started earlier this year from seed. It's doing well. I have what looks like little small fruit that may be forming. I'm not sure. If any of you guys know what I should be looking for with the papaya plant, leave me a comment in the comment section. Here we have two squash plants that I wanted to see if I can get a late season harvest. I'm not sure if these will produce anything, but it's a good experiment. Here we have three Freeport Scotch bonnets. And again, I'm going to pinch the top of these off so that they become bushy rather than grow um, tall. And they're doing good. I put them out a little over a month ago. I'm sorry, a little over 2 weeks ago. And they're doing pretty good. So I want to thank you for coming along with me while I gave you the full October garden tour. I am very happy with the way everything is processing and growing. It's nice and green and healthy. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, take a moment to consider doing so. I can grow a great amount of food for by myself and for my family, but I can't grow the channel without your help. If you do decide to subscribe, don't forget to hit the like button and the notification bell all so you'll be notified whenever I upload new content. Chances are, if you like my video, your family and friends will also. In the upcoming spring, I hope to have some changes in the garden. Specifically, I want to add at least one more bed, maybe two. I want the one bed to be dedicated primarily to sweet potatoes and the other one to in-ground white potatoes. And hopefully I will be able to accomplish that. I also want to grow some fruit like blackberries and mulberries and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. Until next time, always remember to give the thanks to God, for without Him, we are nothing. Until next time, take care.